If this is your first time watching this channel, you are highly. This is a place for separating facts from the fiction, science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I'm going to be talking about the re-evolution of African spirituality, how to adapt your practice to modern day realities. By modern day realities, I mean the kind of life we are living now in this present day and age. As we know, this is the digital generation, the internet age. How do we adopt it? This is the space age, the cyberspace age, and this is a very special time. We call this children born this time the Gen Z generation. Okay, how can they adapt or evolve African spirituality to suit modern day realities? This is a very, very important topic that I think that is worth talking about, because a lot of spiritualists, they are not actually talking about this. In fact, they are not there yet, and we need to address this issue. If not, there will be a lot of problem. It is very obvious that the way our ancestors or our parents lived their life 100 years ago is not the same way we are living our life today. 100 years ago, there was no internet, there was no computer, there was none of the stuff that we have in now. A lot of these digital technologies, mobile phones, smartphones, we don't have these technologies, so we don't even know about quantum physics in our reality. As in our modern day scientists, they don't even know what is quantum. So nowadays, we know a lot of things, and they are still trying to practice the way their parents practice, or the way their ancestors practice go, and it is affecting them seriously. A lot of them are guided by called traditional values or beliefs, not sharing secrets or kind of collaborating with people, help the general population move on. A lot of them don't even believe in using the internet for any kind of purpose to talk about African spirituality. They believe that it's an abomination. Their ancestors, so they are betraying their own or communities of not keeping secrets, of divulging secrets of African spirituality to strangers. Many of them have this kind of mentality, and many of them still believe that the modern world is the waiting inside is a kind of sinful place that is filled with a lot of contamination, and they don't want to actually adapt to it. So they are kind of isolating themselves from the modern day world. Okay, there are people that have seen that they just choose to live in the village. They don't want to live in the city. They don't want to come out to do anything that will involve them engaging with people. They see this like it's contaminating them. Why this may be true to a certain extent is also restricting or limiting their understanding of the modern day realities of life. And as a result of this, they are not being able to make a positive impact on the people, on their society. They have refused to accept the society. They have refused to see the good side of the society. They have failed to learn how to manage, to deal with the realities of to impact on them. They have failed to do this. So this is affecting their practice. And there are people that, some of us that are living in the city, they are working like they go to work in the morning, come back in the evening, 9 to 5 jobs. They are not really having time to practice their spirituality anymore. So as a result of this, they are failing, or they are failed. And a lot of them are suffering from due to lack of access to materials needed for the practice. the kind of stuff that they know that they have in the village, they find out that they don't have in the city. So as a result of this, they believe that since we don't have it exactly the way it is in the village, we just cannot practice. So these people have abandoned their practice totally. Many of them have even become Christians. They have been baptized, born again, and they're just living their life. Okay. And also some other ones are suffering from religious persecution. And so we have a lot of issues affecting African spiritual practitioners. But the fact of the matter remains that if we really want to practice African spirituality in the modern day, we first of all need to adapt to modern day realities. We need to take our environment into consideration. The number one thing that we need to focus on is education, which is very important, which we cannot ignore. We need to be teaching these subjects in the mainstream. We must find a way to do this, because if you check about African spirituality, you find out that it is one of the subjects that is least talked about in the world today. Check our educational curriculum systems, especially in Africa, even in the Western world. African spirituality is a figment of the imagination. Like, it does not exist. The Western academic curriculum deliberately choose to ignore or to remove our African history from their books, from their educational curriculum, so that people will not know about these subjects. They removed it, and we hear about Egypt is not part of Africa. It's to remove Egypt from Africa. That is another misconception Western academics are pushing. They also don't want people to know anything about African history. They want to let us believe that our history starts from slavery, that we were nothing before they came to make contact with us. They did this for a good reason, because if you tell the people you are trying to enslave that they were great, that they used to teach you how to, or they were the ones that taught you how to read and write, taught you everything you know, those people will rise again. So if you want to subjugate a people, you will take away every knowledge that will give them any hope or power or authority in the past that they have over you. So they need to teach Africans that they have been enslaved all around, that the white man came to save them from themselves, that they are savages, they are beasts. But when you check history thoroughly, you will find out that the children of the Neanderthals are the real beasts. It is not the Africans, it is not the Homo sapiens. The real beasts that we have, the real soulless creatures, are the Neanderthals. They are the troublemakers. You will, even their books, we say that Neanderthals exist, but we can see their traits in the characteristics today. We see their traits, we see their color, we see their eyes. They are still here with us. They have not gone anywhere, only evolved into something else. Okay, we too, we have evolved. We have evolved in our natural states. What is lacking is that consciousness that we used to have, that awareness of living in harmony with the planet, with the earth, and living within our means. This is what we need to bring back to African spirituality. Whether you like it or not, as a spiritualist or a practitioner of African spirituality, you must evolve and adopt your practice to modern day realities. You must take into consideration the principles of physics, modern day things like electricity, internet, time and space travel, and principles of quantum mechanics. These kind of things that people are talking about today. We must take into consideration the future of our children and our identity, how to create our own conscious identity within ourselves. And to create this identity, we must know about our history and our legacy and about what we have done before. We must trace our footsteps back to who we were before we were interrupted by colonization and slavery. So we must teach. So therefore, in order to evolve our spirituality, we must be very, very practical. This does not mean by taking the initiative. Nowadays, people go to work, come back. When you come back from your job, what do? You must find about your history, to learn about your spirituality. And the best medium to do this is to have access to credible information. Credible informations that will teach you the right thing, that will point you in the right direction. And a good way to have access to this is the internet, of course, quite naturally. Gone are the days where people used to travel thousands of miles to ancient temples and ancient shrines to learn at the feet of one master. That time has passed. Now we do things at the speed of light. You go on the internet, you have to learn this stuff. You have to source information. You must study. As a result of that, there must be people that be willing to teach. So when I see a lot of spiritualists that are not willing to teach these subjects, it begs the question, what are you really doing as an African spiritualist? When you say you are an African spiritualist by practitioner, you will need to be a student and a teacher. You must teach. We call these people Sheba in the past, in ancient Kemet, or Sheba. These are ancient teachers or professors or people that teach this. You must be a teacher. There's no way about it. You must teach people. Based on this, you must expose secrets of African spirituality to a certain level. You must know how you divulge this information step by step. You must find a way to teach these subjects. And anything you are teaching must empower the people, must inform the people, must enlighten the people, engage them, and liberate them. This is the way education is designed to be. You cannot claim to be teaching things that is taking away the people from Africa. It's taking away the people from their self. You say you practice African spirituality, you are teaching them that Christianity, Jesus Christ has more power than their ancestors. This is an oxymoron. You say you practice African spirituality, you're teaching them Hinduism, teaching people how to meditate and chant to Hindu ancestors. This is an oxymoron. You say you're teaching African spirituality, and you are carrying people to Samaria, talking about the teaching of Zachariah Sitchin, that madman, that hooligan, that son of a Neanderthal, that claims that African people are slaves, that Samaria came before Africa. There are people that are teaching this rubbish today, and they will tell you that they are teachers of African spirituality. Anybody that is claiming to teach African spirituality, that is taking you away from Africa, that person is an enemy of Africa. There's this boy called Bill Carson. It's one of the biggest ones that is carrying people to Samaria, that is talking nothing good about Africa. This is one of them. Then there's another stupid one. I need to say this today. There's the one rotten man from Congo that is trying to clone my channel. This person is calling himself Black and Scientific Spirituality. Then he has another channel called Traditional Scientific Spirituality. This man is a very rotten, if you look at his face, he has very rotten teeth, a very ugly, grotesque, idiot, son of a bitch. I need to say it this way. You need to see this man. The man is a hideous creature. He claims he's from Congo. He's trying to copy my channel. And he's teaching people about Zachariah Sitchin, as he's promoting African spirituality and taking people from Africa to Samaria, claiming that the original teachings of Africa are this Zachariah Sitchin, and rubbish of this Amunakwi story of some aliens that came from outer space to come and mine gold and created human beings. This is a bullshit story. I don't believe anything in that story. It's a story about some imagination from the figment of a very mad lunatic that is trying to imagine or create a counter story to the Kemetic origin story of humanity. Sadly enough, some Black people are using this thing to try to destroy Africa. And these people are enemies of Africa. When you check real history, organic history, you will find out that life began in Africa. Everything about civilization started here. Agriculture, philosophy, logic, mathematics, geometry. I've talked about a very good book that gives you evidence of Black Genesis, written by Robert Bauval. I did a video about this book about 2 years ago. This man was not even an African, he's an Arab guy. He's one of the most truthful Egyptologists of all of them. He was able to trace the origin of humanity to 250,000 years with hardcore scientific evidence, all the way to Africa, to Sudan, to even West Africa. You need to read that book, Black Genesis. Just Google it. It's a very powerful book, Robert Bauval. This is the same guy that wrote the Orion constellation theory. He has a book on that. Egypt Revisited. He has a book on that. And it was the one that also wrote the Breaking the Mirror of Heaven, the conspiracy to suppress the voice of ancient Egypt. You need to study everything you need to know about Robert Bauval. One good thing about this guy, he writes book with a lot of scientific evidence that you cannot debunk or refute. He's one of the best Egyptologists out there that actually stands against the rest and speaks the truth with a lot of evidence. We have people that still say the truth today. Okay? When you see teachers that are teaching the truth, you will know. It is not hard to know. Anybody that is taking you away from Africa is your enemy. So this guy will go there. I don't know how he did something to try to attach his channel to my channel. I'll be seeing this person show up on my feed, Black Scientific Spirituality. I went there, I see this ugly non-entity talking trash about Africa. He's still there talking trash. People are thinking that this man is affiliated with me. Please, I am not affiliated with anybody. If somebody is anchoring my channel to his own, they say, when you do this on YouTube, they will attach your channel to theirs. I have even reported this to YouTube. They have refused to break this thing. So when you see his channel, you see my channel, you will think that we are talking about the same topic. We are not talking about the same topic. I don't take people away from Africa. I don't believe in Zachariah Sitchin bullshit nonsense. I don't believe in any ideology or spirituality that is taking people away from Africa. Any deity I'm talking about, I must trace the origin of the deity to Africa. I must bring you back home. This is the motherland. This is where we dwell. Our spirituality originates here. It began here. And it will end here. The day you see me taking people from here, just know that maybe I have been compromised, or maybe they have used an AI, artificial intelligence, to make a copy of me. I will never do that kind of nonsense. So nowadays, you're going to find people on the internet claiming to be this kind of teachers that they know more than you. They have read this, they have read that, they have read. And at the end of the day, the summation is that they are taking you away from Africa. These people are taking you to a third party, and they want to destroy you. Anybody that is taking African spirituality from Africa to Sumeria, to Hinduism, to Buddhism, that person is not your friend. That person is a thief. It's another middleman, another Jesus, another Muhammad that want to make money off you. Okay, or want to put you in another box. This is just the way it is. So you must focus on all your studies here. And this is where you will get the right information. This is where we belong. So studying is a very good way of adapting to modern day reality. You have to learn how to teach these subjects. Now, I have come across another problem of many of my spiritual people. They don't want to teach. They hide every secret. If you want anything, they ask you to bring money, and you pay for it. And they don't even tell you how to do it. Now, what is wrong with this practice? What is wrong with this practice is that your people will become dull. You will have a lot of dull people. They will become blind because you did not teach them to empower themselves. As a result of that, your people will be easy targets for other religion. Okay, anybody that want to take advantage of your people, it will be easy because you don't empower them with knowledge. You don't empower them with wisdom. So you're making your people slaves. Well, we always give you money all the time, and you will feel personality among yourself. But at the end of the day, so we must learn to be sharing. Okay, there's love in sharing, and we must also seek to connect with other spiritualists that we see that they are actually trying making a positive impact. Now, this is where I want to talk about today. From time to time, I see people that practice African spirituality. Some of them trying, some of them not too trying. But when you try to make contact with the person, I call them, invite them for interview. This person will be informing that they are very busy, or they're pretending to be a VIP. At the end of the day, they will post you over and over, that they will just disappear. I notice this thing with a lot of African spiritualists. For whatever reason, it is a very sad behavior. A lot of them don't believe in collaborating. They don't believe in coming together to form unity. And many of them are just there to do, like, they believe they can run a one-man show on their own. A one-man show is good, but it will only take you so far. It will limit your association, will limit your connection, will limit your experience. Okay, there is need for us to collaborate. When you share ideas with your peers in the same practice, you exchange ideas, you rub minds, it can lead to the birth of new horizons, new ideas, creativity, inspiration, and you can develop a community, and powerful friendship, and strengths. But a lot of these spiritualists, some of them feel very arrogant, that they are big boys. When you contact them for an interview, they look down on you. The first thing they're going to do is going to look you to weigh you if you are rich, if you have money, if you are somebody that, if you are bigger than them. If they think that maybe you are not bigger than them, they will not come for the interview. They will just ignore you, or they will feel that maybe they are better than you. They have more power, they have more viewers, more subscribers than you. And this is a person that is supposed to be a spiritual person, but he has this kind of low mentality. And then you see this kind of behaviors. So normally I ignore this kind of people. Okay. But this practice is not good in African spirituality. It is limiting us. When you looking down on your fellow people, you will only be left with what you know. Everybody have their area of specialty. Nobody have a monopoly of knowledge. The things that I know, you may not know them, and the things that you know, I may not know them. So you cannot be feeling that you are too big to come for an interview. There are questions that I can ask you. Maybe you have the answers to them, or maybe you don't even know the answers to them. It could also be that these people are posers. If you are a real master of your craft, I don't see why you will be shy from interview, a simple interview. I don't see why. But maybe you are not really practicing this stuff, and you don't believe in the practice, or you are not confident enough to answer questions or to talk to another practitioner. I don't understand this, but I see it all the time. And I feel sad whereby people that claim to be masters of African spirituality, they are not really trying to do anything to help Africa. They are only after their own pockets. You will not teach African spirituality. You will not even talk about the subject in a way that will interest people, or a way that will spark the imagination of people. And most especially, you will not even think of what I can do to improve my country or my continents. I have seen spiritualists that are saying they practice African spirituality. God forbid, some of them are never even think of coming to Africa for whatever reason. Some of them are in Haiti, Latin America. They don't talk anything about the continents. They don't. It's like they hate Africa. They kind of look down on everybody living in Africa, like they are better than us. Okay, I have seen this kind of attitude for some people practicing African spirituality. Nothing there. They are not doing anything to improve the continent. It belongs to everybody. Okay? And we just cannot ignore these facts. We need to try our best to see if we can be able to connect with like-minded people. And it may not be me, but with other people, and try to see to do one or two things. If you really believe in this continent and you believe in African spirituality, why can't you speak for it? Why can't you put your face or your voice to this matter? Why can't you be able to show up for it? You seem to have these people, the person I'm talking about, they know themselves. You seem to have everything going on for you. You have a fine house, a fine car, everything, but no identity with Africa. It is such a shame. And you are a black person, but you cannot do anything for the motherland. To even talk, associate, mix up, or just say hi to when somebody saying you form a big boy. It's not everybody in Africa that is hungry, that is looking for your money. We have a lot of rich people in Africa, especially in Nigeria. You can say that Nigeria is like the America of Africa. I can say that confidently. So most of the things you're going to find in America, you'll find them in Nigeria here. Okay, we have a lot of rich people in this country, even though there's a lot of poor people too. Not every country is perfect. So there's this need for collaboration. When you put your face to the issue, especially if you feel that you are big, people know you, people see you, just a few sentences, a few phrases in favor of African spirituality might go a long way to raise the consciousness of people. But you see these people, they're just silent as a how. They never say anything. They're just on their own forming big boy. It's like they have this hatred, this innate hatred for the continent and for the people. And they don't want to be seen. They are ashamed to identify with the motherland. They are ashamed to identify with African people. So they can talk to you on the side, but when you say, okay, let's bring this in the public, they will just run away. Some of them will claim that it is for security reasons. They don't want to be associated with somebody that they will say maybe commit a crime later on. All this is bullshit, okay? Nobody will think any kind of nonsense. I associate with people all the time. You don't see me go around eating with people, okay? When you do a association, you do a collaboration or an interview with person, doesn't mean that you and the person are now partners in crime. Okay, it is just a simple interview talking about a topic, but you don't see these people doing all these things. Of course, these are people that are not willing to risk their neck for anything. They are like coons. They are pretending to be in bed or down with Africa, or down with the hood, down with the brother, but when it's time for action, they run away. So I see this kind of spiritual people. Some of them are in Nigeria here. They pretend to be done with the whole system, but publicly they will not come outside. They will just be like that. So it's a shame when I see such people. So this kind of attitude will not help you. Okay, person will just see you like a pussy or an imposter. All back and no bites. When it's time for action, you don't do anything. This kind of attitude, lip service African spirituality. Oh, you practice, you do one or two things, you put one or two videos. Okay, come, let's really talk about this issue, how it affects our people, how we can move our people forward. You cannot do that. It means that you may be an enemy of African spirituality. I see those people like enemies. If you really want to practice this well, you should be willing to take some risks. Okay, to put your face to the topic, like me now. Me coming out to talk about African spirituality, despite the religiosity, the opposition, the persecution in Africa, I am taking a lot of risks, and I don't care, and I am still here. If I don't do this topic, I don't do these videos, I don't come online in public to talk about this, a lot of people will not know about the subjects. A lot of people will not understand the subjects. A lot of people will not know what is going on. A lot of people will not get access to this information. As a result of that, I have failed them. I have not played my parts. So what is the risk I am taking? The risk I am taking is orchestration, persecution. Of course, all comes with the territory. What else is new? These are the sacrifices we have to pay. Some people are not willing to sacrifice anything to make Africa move forward. They are not really to do anything to like they are masters of the game. They want to claim what they don't belong. Okay, they want to create an unrealistic version of African spirituality. Now you see people every day dressing in a religious garb, dressing in dashiki. You cannot wear dashiki every day to do in modern day reality. You cannot wear agbada to be jumping from bus to bus. You cannot carry your ritual sticks and your native shock, and you cannot be wearing that every day. Okay, you need to adapt this practice to modern day. Don't be a poser on the internet. We that live life and go out, we know what is practicable. So when you bring that kind of false image, I know that you cannot dress like this every day. It is not operational. It is improbable to do some certain things. I will know that you are faking it because I live the life and I also practice it. Okay, so all this practice, if you don't evolve, you will die. This is the message I have today. Evolve your spirituality or die, because we are moving forward. In Gen Z, we will not be able to adapt to these fake practices when you are not giving them value in your teaching, in your living your everyday life. You are not adapting it to modern day reality. People will shun you. They will stop coming to you. They will see you as a clan. They will see you as a fakery for what you have, because what you are presenting to them, you cannot practice it daily. It's not every day that somebody can sit in front of shrine to be doing one thing or the other. People need to go to work. People need to go to school. People do things that takes their time. So you need to tell them how to practice this thing to adapt to their own reality. This is the reason I come out here and wear simple clothes, because this is what I wear every day. Okay, this is the reason why I do some kind of things, so that you can see me as somebody that practice African spirituality. Yes, I still live a modern life and I still flow and associate freely. So my spirituality is adaptable to my lifestyle. If you cannot adapt it to your lifestyle, then you are living an unrealistic lifestyle. You are living a fake life. Okay, and it will not go with you. It needs to flow with you. It needs to resonate with you. It needs to be something that is easy to practice. It needs to be. If you cannot adapt your spiritual practice in this way, then you have failed. Sorry to say this. You have failed. As a result of this, you are not practicing well. So we must find a way to adapt it, and we must be for ourselves. We must be down to earth. We must be honest, and we must be willing to wait for something to make it work. People need to come out, speak, say the truth, put your name, your voice, your face to the issue. Let people see you, that this is what you stand for, this is what you represent. And then we inspire other people to do the same thing. Okay? Not by talking around the bush, and when it's time for action, you will be nowhere to be found. Or you'll be seen to be doing the wrong thing, working for the enemy. This is the issue of the matter. We need to evolve, or you will be out of place. Now, I see a lot of spiritualists suffering, especially in Nigeria. They have failed to adopt their practice. They are still using old method of more than 100 years ago to practice. Now they don't have money. They are suffering. They cannot eat. They cannot feed. They fail to adapt their practice to modern day realities. They fail to change so many things. They fail to evolve because they fail to open their minds to the modern day realities of life. Doing things that is practicable, that is feasible, you refuse to do that. Say, I must do the way people do it 100 years ago. Those things are difficult. Life is not like that. You must throw away certain things. You must modify certain things. You must adopt certain new principles, incorporate it. You must grow. Life is dynamic. So if you fail to do this, you will die. Hungry will catch you. Hungry will kill you. Then when you see people like us coming out and talking, you will start getting envious and jealous because for saying that we are messing up the practice, we are exposing things. If I don't do this video, how will my brothers and sisters in other parts of the world get the message? Are you mad? We should not be selfish. we should be aware that there are people all over the world. Africans are everywhere. They are in Asia, they are in Latin America, they are in Europe. How can they get this knowledge? How can it improve their life if we don't come online? If you don't come online saying people 100 years ago don't have internet, and so you see that you will die with your knowledge and nobody will care about you. Okay, if you don't share, you don't want to come for interview, they invite you, you say no, you don't want to show your face, you are forming big boy, you will die there, man. Nobody send you. You must find a way to do things. Okay, me too, I don't send you things. Whether you accept my interview or not, my life will still move forward. Things will still work for me. I will still wake up in the morning, the sun will still shine on me, and nothing will stop me. My pipeline will still be flowing, and nothing spoiled. It is you that will be the one that nobody cares to know about. So I don't really, it doesn't concern me. It's the way you choose to live your life. So yeah, we'll keep on teaching, exposing the lies, and we keep on doing the great work of reconnecting with our ancient legacy and empowering our people. This is the way forward. This is how to adopt the practice. Okay, there is no other way. There is nothing bigger than this. And anything that we are teaching must be connected to the motherland. It must not be poisoned or polluted or corrupted by any foreign ideology. Any other teaching like that is a lie. Okay, so this is what you need to know. So what you are practicing must be connected back to the motherland and must be in line with present day realities. Okay, so this is what I have to say on this video today. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you hit the notification bell, you still need to be coming back again because the notification bell does not work on this channel. A lot of people hit notification bell, they don't receive my videos and my articles, they don't receive any notification. So it doesn't make sense for me to be repeating that thing. It's a lie. Okay, so notification bell does not work. So if you like this, you want to learn African spirituality, you need to be coming back again and again. Just bookmark the channel and come and check any of the videos and pick what you like and watch and learn. If you also want to learn it deeper, I have this program where I teach African spirituality from the history, sciences to the metaphysics. You're going to be learning a lot of things there, a lot of spells, a lot of stuff, ancient practices that you can adapt to modern day realities. Okay, yeah, we don't waste your time. African spirituality is not supposed to be cumbersome. Okay, so I've been able to create new ways. I've been able to reset a lot of standards with my research for this practice. If you want to have my book, this book, say Pathways to Ascension, will help you connect back with the ancients. These are the African deities of ancient Egypt. They are not our enemies. They are not evil deities. They are our African ancestors. This is the knowledge that the evil people, the Arabs, don't want us to know about. So you can connect with the deities with this book by reading it and doing the rituals inside. It will empower you and it will connect you back to true source and will give you that original sense of direction and your conscious identity. And it will bring you back to Africa. This is what you need to be. Okay, so get this book from me. It's not expensive. If you also want to know how to do spells, over 200 spells a year, walking in the shadow of the gods. There's spell for love, prosperity, wellness, and health. Different spells for different aspects of health. And you will know a lot of things here. For those people that have arthritis, diabetes, or serious illnesses that inhibits Western science, we have remedies in Africa here. Okay, get this book, not expensive, $100, and you have all this knowledge. Then if you want to know about the interrelationship between quantum physics and African spirituality, this book will help you. The book talks about origin of religion, the negative space or evil forest, black hole, wormhole, time travel, space travel, a lot of topics that they don't teach in your modern day university. They don't teach it in your religion. These are the things that will empower you, that the world, the enemies of the world, enemies of Africa don't want you to know. These are the things that you will get here. This is why they are fighting this channel. They don't want people to be empowered. Okay, they don't want people to know. So anybody that is taking you away from Africa, that person is not your friend. That is just the simple gospel truth. Okay, so you can get this book. Then if you want to do your oracle tarot divination, I do that as well. If you also want to buy your spiritual items, your native shell carries, thunderstone, miracle stone, black stone, and all kinds of spiritual ointments, I sell them as well. You can contact me. Apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.